Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Benda.
Medi.
We're
All right, so now we're getting into the fun part of college football season, I would say. The CFP 25 top 25 rankings have dropped. Top three teams: Ohio State was number one, Indiana's number two, and the Aggies of Texas A&M are number three. I'll let you guys start off first about this. What do you guys liked, disagreed with, if you think the rankings are fine as it is?
Yeah, I think they got the top 4 to 5 correct. I think keeping Ohio State at 1 is probably correct, even though I don't think they're the best team by eye test. I think Indiana has that spot, but I think it's correct. They haven't been dethroned, so I think it's fine to keep them at 1. Indiana at 2 is good with me. And then, to keep going, I won't take too long to keep going. I think it looks fine. The only team that's like really in there that I have a problem with is Virginia, bro. Like what have they done? Seriously, like what have they done? They're gonna be like Georgia Tech in a few weeks. They're gonna lose a game, probably a second game, and they're gonna be like out of the top 25. We're gonna be like, why were they ever in this thing? At this point, the whole ACC is trash. I feel like there's not a single good team in there, especially since Miami, Florida's lost 2 games now. But I don't have any really big complaints or anything, but I think it's a decent bracket to start.
Yeah, I think it's a solid bracket. I think honestly the top three teams technically you could switch. I know they said on like ESPN that like technically analytically, Indiana and A&M are technically analytically better than Ohio State, but neither of those three teams have lost. So I mean, you might as well just keep it. I know Will Rob's being a clown, but I didn't say to dethrone them at all. So he's just fucking making faces to make faces. But yeah, I mean, I think you just keep it. You leave. They're all three undefeated. Indiana and Ohio State are going to go play for that number one spot probably in a couple weeks, more than likely. I will say I was happy that they ranked Iowa. I think they deserve that. Honestly, they have one of the best losses right now technically, and barely losing to Indiana. I do think Virginia is just going to get thrown out of there. The only reason why they're in there technically, I think, is because they beat FSU, and then there's just a bunch of other shit. But they've respected the head-to-heads, which I'm actually happy about. Like Texas is in front of Oklahoma, Louisville's in front of Virginia, so they've respected that actually really well. But I don't know. I think it's definitely interesting how you have to like rank back from like since Memphis is not in the top 25, you have to like keep ranking teams until you get there. But yeah, I think it's a solid first bracket. I think it's definitely a lot's going to change, though. I feel like you have to be aware of that.
Yeah, in my opinion, I was surprised the difference in Iowa. I don't even think they were ranked in the AP poll. Now they're all the way up at 20th. I know they had a close game versus Indiana, but they're gonna have to definitely prove that they deserve their ranking this weekend. They play Oregon, and other than that, I'm surprised Utah's as high as they are. They're all the way up there at 13. I know they just had a big one over Cincinnati, but I mean they're the third best team in the Big 12. I mean they're showing a lot of respect to the Big 12, so that's kind of cool for them. And honestly, I think Missouri and Tennessee shouldn't even be ranked. I know they only 2 and 3 lost SEC teams, but they literally have not beaten anyone good the whole year. So I think that they'll just eventually fall off, like we all know they will. And I will say that the difference between Miami and Notre Dame is kind of shocking. I think 18-10 for a team that lost to the other being higher. That's kind of surprising to me. I know Notre Dame's looked like the much better team as of recently, but an 8 spot difference for one team that beat the other, I mean, it's kind of crazy. But probably the last thing that kind of catches my eye is Oregon is kind of low. And I don't know. They haven't done too much, but I feel like they have a lot of potential. I think they just kind of have to show it. They'll have a few tests in the next coming weeks, so we'll see if they're for real and if they can close the season on a good note.
Yeah, so there's a lot of mix-ups in the top 25, which I kind of like. Big 12 has the number 7 and 8 spot, BYU and Texas Tech. They play each other this week. That'll be a good game. The one thing I disagree with, I know we're talking about head-to-head and how it's so important in these rankings, I still believe Oklahoma is better than Texas. They should be higher. Like I understand Texas beat them. But if you look at Oklahoma, who they've lost to. They've lost to Texas and Ole Miss. That's Oklahoma. But Texas lost to Ohio State, and they lost to an unranked Florida who's horrible. So I don't understand how you can justify the two differences. Like, Oklahoma's lost to two solid teams, and Texas has lost to a pretty good team in Ohio State and a low-tier SEC team in Florida. So that's the only thing that
Texas
troubles me.
killed them, dude.
Just to add on.
It wasn't even close.
I still don't think Texas is that good.
Florida's not that good, but Florida just had a close game versus Georgia. And that game versus Texas was in Florida. I know they're not very good, but you have all these factors going for them. They have nothing to lose. Of course, they're gonna keep it somewhat close. And they just had their best game of the year that day. I know Texas looked pretty shit, but as of recent, Arch actually is playing ball now. All of a sudden, they actually look competent. It's crazy to say that, but it's true. Honestly, I think they deserve their ranking after the performance last week.
I don't disagree with that. Arch has looked better. Hayden, do you want anything to add about this Texas and Oklahoma debate, or not really?
I don't care. I think they're both, as of now, just middle SEC teams that won't do anything, so it doesn't matter too much to me.
All right. Well, I'm not going to recap all these games, but I'll just mention some scores. First one, we start out. Oklahoma took down Tennessee in Neyland that night, 33-27. The Oklahoma defense stepped up big time in this game, forced a couple turnovers on Aguilar. Tier couldn't get anything rolling, but the defense stepped up huge. Some other games that were decently close. Georgia, as we said, escaped once again against Florida. Don't know how they keep escaping these games. I don't really think Georgia is good. They got Texas coming up, so we'll see how they are against Texas. Texas took down Vanderbilt 34-31. Miami, Florida, upset by SMU 26-20. And then Michigan. Oh, boy. Michigan barely survived the Boilers on Saturday, 21-16. Don't know what was going on with that game. I looked; it was 14-10, and I stopped watching. I stopped looking at halftime, and I look on my phone. It's like they got to be winning this game. Third quarter, they're only up 4 points. I'm like, they might lose this game. But Jordan Marshall had a nice game. Hayden, you were there. Do you want anything to add about what you saw, what you liked, disliked, and where your confidence levels are as they move on and try to push for a playoff spot with Ohio State in the next coming weeks?
Yeah, I still have faith in this team to win the next game, and then keep going from there, and then hoping to beat Ohio State again like we have recently. But I mean, there's some struggles in this team, that's for sure. And I went to the game with my dad, and to quote him, he says Central Michigan throws the ball deep more than Michigan does, which is kind of a bad thing. I mean, we got this quarterback we're paying big money for, and I've said this many times over this podcast because it's the same thing every week. We don't let him unleash the ball down the field. It's the same thing every week, and then we struggle with these teams that are pretty piss poor, especially for the Big Ten's caliber. And a team like Purdue, who hasn't won a Big Ten game yet, and we're winning by 5 points. And Purdue was in the game the entire time, and we didn't look very dominant. I mean, thank goodness we have Jordan Marshall, because if we didn't have him or Justice Haynes, I don't know. I mean, all we do is run the ball, which works against very good teams, but it's not going to work in the playoffs if we want to get there in the first place. So I just wish they would use Underwood to his capabilities, because I feel like they're just hindering his growth for the future as well, since they're not even letting him throw the ball down the field, which hurts us now and in the future if he plans on staying, which I think he probably will. So that's my take. But it was a fun game. It was a night game. It was dark the entire game because it's so dark early now. But yeah, it was fun, but not the team I wish they were right now.
John, you got anything to add about this?
Yeah, honestly, I agree a lot with what Bender said. I know, Bryson hit some of his throws down deep, but it's like you just got to sometimes keep letting him go. I mean, the only way you're going to build confidence, I think, at the end of the day is you're going to have to hit some of those throws, and then they're just going to start coming in bunches. And instead, we just decide, you missed a couple throws, and we just decide to not let him throw the ball anymore, and it's just stupid. I think he's good enough. I think he needs a little bit more time, not necessarily to, develop, but more just time to like in the pocket, time to just allow him to just come to his game, because it's in there. Like you can see it. Like he wants to throw. He is a decent enough passer for a true freshman. Instead, he just can't do anything when you don't have an O-line who can block, and you don't want to. And you have a coordinator who just wants to throw screen passes as soon as you fucking miss one 5-yard pass. Like, that's just stupid to me. But I think Bryce does need to clean up a little bit of his game. Maybe take a little zip off the ball, because there are some throws where it's like he's just throwing it too hard, I feel like. But overall, I think the run game is there. I mean, like that's I think who we are, but we just got to clean up the throwing. We're not gonna be able to win a lot of games, even in the future, and especially against Ohio State if we can't throw the ball.
Yeah, I'll quickly add a comment to this. I wasn't really impressed with this game at all. I mean, I know they did have some injuries and such, but I mean, it's Purdue. I mean, if Ohio State, if we don't win this game versus Purdue this weekend by at least 4 scores, honestly 5 scores, then I'll be really disappointed in us. So, I hope that that's how this goes, but I know there's different dynamics of both games, injuries and all that. So, they got the win and it's all that matters. Good for them. Marshall's a good running back, and I think Underwood definitely has stuff to improve on. But, it's no panic mode yet. They'll be fine. They just got to, hopefully get some guys back, get Haynes back. If they can get him back for the Ohio State game, then it'll be big for them. But I'll talk really quickly about the other games. John's not too sure about it, but I'll talk about the other games real quick. The Miami game, I was really happy with SMU winning. I have a little bit of allegiance with SMU. They were my first dynasty team last year. I did on my own. So, always happy to see them get big wins. And good for them.
You
Georgia
picked them on
Tech.
ACT, didn't you? SMU, or did you have them in the game?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't even know if we picked that, but I just
I
like
have
them.
all the papers.
All right. But yeah, Georgia Tech lost too. I mean, they're just frauds. They gave up a bunch of points to NC State. It's kind of funny. It was about time that they fell off. Kind of like Vandy. I was rooting for Vandy, but I'm not too surprised with Texas winning, honestly. It was about time that they finally just showed that they had the talent that they do. I mean, on paper, Texas is supposed to win that game. And honestly, they were whooping their ass for about 55 minutes until, Vandy almost had this incredible comeback and almost got the onside kick. But they didn't. Texas ended up winning. And then I'll talk one last point about the Georgia-Florida game. I was watching the end of that game, and there was a deep ball that was like a miraculous play, and the ball was just like right there in the dude's wrist. And they called it an incomplete pass on the field. They reviewed it, and it literally bounced off his wrist, and he caught it, and they called it an incomplete pass. I mean, how many times is Georgia just going to get absolutely sucked off by the refs? This is just terrible. Like, I'm just so done with it, man. Like, these dudes are the Black Magic Kings, and they are just wait until they actually play like a real good caliber team. Like, if they play A&M, Ohio State at any point, I think they'll lose. They already lost to Bama, so I just don't think they're for real. But we'll find out.
Yeah, fortunately, we do not have our Cincinnati boys in here, so we're not going to talk about that game just yet. We'll save that. Absolute meltdown they had. Got absolutely steamrolled by Utah, but I'll just touch on this briefly. I was at the Ohio State game this weekend. It's fun, awesome. First half, we kind of looked sluggish against Penn State. We kind of fucking kept them in the game. They were running the ball outside, like down our throats a little bit. Our defense didn't show up in the first half. We were only up 3 at half. In the second half, we turned it on. Sam was phenomenal once again. I don't understand why after the Texas game, I knew we'd be fine. He's a good quarterback. Is he the Heisman favorite in my opinion? Probably not. Do I want him to win the Heisman? Absolutely, but I don't know if he's the favorite in my opinion. It would probably be Mendoza still. But, yeah, he looked great. The defense, second half, was awesome. Great adjustments. And, yeah, we took care of business like we should against the Penn State team. That's, they have some players. It's not been their year, unfortunately. But, yeah, we get it done against Penn State. And we beat Little Bro once again for 9 years in a row?
Yep. I'll put my input on that real quick, just since I was also there. Bros had really good seats to that game, I will say too. So that was kind of cool. But I was watching it, and honestly, I'm not too mad about the first half, just because we scored on the first 3 possessions, and we've been having like kind of like these slower, methodical drives. We get the snap counts lower. We're not really turning it loose too much. We did have some deep throws this game, which I really did love. Saban's been looking really accurate, and he might be my Heisman favorite right now. But I'm not mad at all about the first half because they had one good drive, Penn State did, and then after that they didn't do shit. It was 17-7. We might have been able to go up 17 going into half, and then Donaldson got stood up. He was not going anywhere for about 3 seconds, and then he just gets the ball ripped from him, and they call it a fumble. Like any other fucking time, that's a down play, and it's just 2nd and 10. But they got lucky on that. They scored right off it and made it a close game when it really wasn't close. And after that, it was just an ass whooping. So I mean, all things considered, I'm happy with the performance. Penn State still got good talent on defense, and we disposed of them. And honestly, these next 3 weeks here, I want us to take it serious, but I think we can just kind of keep it slow and methodical. Pounce when we need to with the big plays, and then obviously the big one on the 29th.
I agree. It's all late into that 29th game, which, for Ohio State fans, last 4 years has been miserable. So I think Ryan Day, this year has it. He's done. He's got the natty. I mean, this is the only thing he's not done. So I mean, it's that and win a Big Ten championship. I mean, I know we won one in COVID, but I'm not really counting that. I'm counting like these last 4 years that we've lost to Michigan. But yeah, we'll see how Ohio State goes and Michigan goes until their big matchup on the 29th. Moving on, we're going to predict some of next week's games. It's a little slate this weekend, but we'll start out with a Group of 5 matchup that could help with the Group of 5 rankings. We have Tulane going on the road to face Memphis. So I was surprised Memphis wasn't ranked because Memphis has actually looked good in this Group of 5. I think this will be a high-scoring game. Tulane has a good quarterback. So does Memphis. I'll go with home team. I'm going to go Memphis. It's going to be high-scoring, like I said. I think Memphis, they get it done, though, at home. So give me the Tigers to beat the Green Wave in this one.
Yeah, I don't know too much about either team because I don't follow them really much, but I'm just gonna go with the Green Waves because I like their mascot. Honestly, I think they're probably about even Steven teams in terms of talent, so I'll go the Green Waves here.
Yeah, Tulane wanted me to go to college there. They sent me like a whole thing, so I'm gonna take the fucking Green Wave. I'm gonna let it ride, let the wave ride, bro. But their mascot is pretty cool. Bender does have a good point, but yeah, I think the Green Wave are gonna take this thing. They're gonna dethrone Memphis.
Respect. I like Tulane too. I feel like they always kind of have these closer games with the Power 4 teams. They just rarely get it done. And I think Memphis beat Arkansas this year, so that kind of like proved that they're kind of for real. I think that while they probably wouldn't be able to like hang with the bigger dogs, like an actual playoff team, I think that they deserve to be right up there with the Group of 5 candidates. And I think this one being at home, I think it'll be close, probably high scoring, like we've been saying. But I gotta go with the home team here. Give me the Tigers of Memphis.
Split. That game could be huge when it comes to the Group of 5. Next we'll move on to in the Big 12, massive matchup. College Game Day will be at this game. The 8-0 BYU Cougars, ranked number 7 in the country, are traveling on the road to face the number 8 team, Texas Tech. I think this game is going to be great. The atmosphere should be electric. Lubbock's going to be rolling. BYU's look good. Bachmeier, I don't know what his number is, but his number's awesome as a quarterback. But, yeah, it's going to be a good game. Texas Tech D-line, that's the game changer. If they're able to get pressure on BYU, they're going to win this game pretty easily. But with saying that, I'm going with the Red Raiders. I think they get it done. BYU's got a tough stretch. They got Texas Tech, and then they go on the road to Cincy, which we know with that high offense could happen anything. So I'm going with Texas Tech to get it done against BYU.
Well, Bender is not here, so I guess I'll just go in place of him. But honestly, I think they're both Big 12 teams. It's going to be high scoring. We know that because it's the Big 12. But honestly, I think I'm going to take the Cougars. I think I'm going to take BYU at home. But I think their best game is going to get played. Like, since he's going to play their best game of the year, I'm assuming at home against the Cougars. But I think BYU manages to get it done. I think Tech just, like, really hasn't convinced me of anything just because of that one Utah game. So hyped up, and then both teams just kind of shit the bed, in all honesty.
This game's at Texas Tech.
I thought you said it was at BYU.
No, it's at Texas Tech.
Well, give me BYU for the road win. I don't care. Cougars.
Can I go, Will Rob? Sorry, I got disconnected again. All right. I'll take BYU. I feel like they've looked like the better team up to this point. I don't remember what game I was watching Texas Tech play, but it was a few weeks ago, and they were struggling against somebody who I didn't have very much praise for. So I'll take BYU in this one.
Well, Rob, you can go if you want because it says he's reconnecting.
All right, not too sure who Hayden picked there, going to be honest, but I'm going to have to go with Texas Tech. I think that this is just way too big of a game for them to just choke. I think BYU is a good team. I can't get behind their quarterback. I think he's number 47, and that is just not a quarterback number to me, and it looks ugly, and I can't root for them. So I'm going with Texas Tech. I think this is a huge game day game. I think that Texas Tech, this is just like all set in stone for them to get this huge win. I believe in them. Go Red Raiders.
All right. We'll find out who Aiden picked once he comes back in here. But, next game we're moving to is a good SC matchup. Number 3, A&M, going on the road to face a Missouri team who's still ranked in the top 20, even though they haven't beaten anybody good. But, this game, I'm going with A&M. They're the better team. I think Marcel Reed, they'll be fine on offense. And with the defense they have, I just see them rolling Missouri. So give me the Aggies to get it done against Missouri in a easy fashion this weekend.
Okay, so once again, Bender's not here. So I'm going to go ahead and also take the Aggies. I think they're having a really good year. I think their mindset, too, I feel like, as a team, is very much changed since, like, beforehand and prior years, I feel like. But, yeah, I actually have a lot of confidence in this team. And, I think they're gonna get it done. Because they're on the road, aren't they? They're at Missouri, you said?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, yeah, I think they're going to get it done. But, so go Aggies. That's hook 'em, but whatever. I think that last game of the year, though, Aggies and Longhorns, that's going to be a really good game, but...
Hey, you can go.
Go, Bender.
Okay. I'll take the Aggies. Keep it quick. Also, I took BYU for the other game if you couldn't hear me.
Were you unmuted for that? Did you hear what he said?
No, couldn't hear him one bit.
All right, well, I don't know if it's going to show up on there or not, but he took BYU for the other game, then he took A&M as well. He said to keep it quick. But I'm on the same page with all you guys. I'm going to go with the Aggies as well. Missouri sucks. They don't have their quarterback. Give me A&M. And here's Unk.
There.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, just stay in Hayden's room so Hayden has to join back and forth.
Giving them numbers.
That stupid chicken thing. I can't wait to hear that.
Gavin, do you want to make a pick on this?
Or game?
A&M at Missouri.
Oh, I got A&M easy. Missouri is just not a good football team. That's all I got.
Hayden, who you picked A&M? I'm assuming as well.
Yeah, I picked A&M and BYU. It's probably going to show up, but that would be the fourth time saying it. So.
I also got BYU.
Hell no.
No fucking way, bro. Oh my
All right,
god.
should we have him talk
I
about
think we got to
Cincy?
circle back now, bros.
Yep,
Cincy time.
I think we have to. Yep. Our two Cincy boys are officially in the podcast today. We did not talk about this at all. This is the one game we left off. You guys, it's all. John, why'd you say that?
Bro, I cannot hear Gavin or Boz. Like, I see nothing.
Boz isn't here.
Are
Just
they
me.
like here? I can see that he's here, but there's no picture on my screen at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
I can
Well,
see it.
I'm not hearing him if he's talking.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. I can
Like,
hear him.
I'll just rejoin, but like, my bad. I was just like saying that because I don't know if he's talking or not.
All good. Well, Gavin, it's Cincy game. It's all you. You have the floor.
Yeah, it is
Here we go.
really disappointing. There's really not much to say about it. Just got spanked. Spanked over and over again. Quit watching by the time the third quarter even ended. Worst tackling performance I've ever seen out of Division One athletes in my life. The offense just couldn't get rolling. Kept taking shots down the sideline that just weren't open, which wasn't really anybody's fault. They were just sending blitzes and they were getting through. So Sorsby had to just chuck up prayers, and they weren't being answered. And our defense sucks. So, just really tough. Really just lost it at the point of them returning a punt for a touchdown because we missed multiple tackles. It's pretty much all I gotta say. Everything's still in front of us. We just got to win out now. We took our one loss. Now it's got to be win out or else we're done. But I will say, I mean, obviously, I'm looking at college football playoffs, and that's like something all Cincy fans want. But I mean, realistically, look, I hope that happens. I think that still can happen. But we didn't even make a bowl game last year, so the point we're this far is pretty awesome. But I just was expecting a little more in that Utah game. Hope we can uh, play better once BYU comes to town in a couple weeks. But that's about it.
Well, Rob, you got anything to add about Cincy?
I love that you asked me that question, Will. I just want to say real quick, Gavin, I'm sorry that Cincy couldn't get it done. No, I'm not sorry. I just try to tell all you guys this. When are you going to start believing in Utah? I mean, oh, hey, boss. Perfect
Fuck.
timing. We were
What?
just talking about the Cincy game.
Yeah.
Utah's not a bad team. I just thought we had more than what we should.
Boz, you want to go? You want to actually go in depth about your reaction now first, actually?
Well, game wasn't good. I think Thorsby did not look that good in the first quarter. I don't think so. Second half, he looked much better. But going through that, at that point, you cannot lose. Like, we should have put up way more of a fight. You cannot lose by that much to just even someone in your division when you're trying to fight for a title. And yes, there's still a shot to win the title for Cincy, but there's a lot that'll come with that. You have to beat Arizona after this bye week. They need to fully collect themselves for this bye week. They need to beat Arizona and they need to beat BYU at home. So they beat BYU at home. I think there's a real shot for them. But if they can't get it done, then it's rough, especially since now that we have two losses on the season due to the fact that we signed to play an away game for like $2 million, pretty much a home game for Nebraska, which was rough. Definitely I think the tides would change if that wasn't being played at Arrowhead. And then playing an away game in a very hostile environment at Utah. So there's a lot of factors that went into that game, I think. But game's over since he lost. Can't do anything about it now except move on and just hope that they collect themselves over this next week. So
Yeah, I think kind of going back into it a little bit, Utah obviously is like one of the top hardest places to play in the Big 12, and I think it's definitely going to benefit us being at home the rest of the way. So hopefully, like Boz said, we can figure it out in this bye week and uh, go win some big games at home.
All right. I'll go right back into what I was saying. I'm not a Cincy hater. I will never be a Cincy hater, but I was a doubter. I can't just say I'm not a doubter because I was a doubter because they hadn't played anyone good. Nebraska's mid. Iowa State's mid. At the time, it was fun. It was fun. You guys got a big home win over, at the time, a ranked team. But, it turned out to not really be that big of a win. And, I hate saying all this, but, I told you so. I was the only one who picked Utah, and, I just knew it was going to happen, so that's all I got to say.
I mean, you can say I told you so, but you also said we were going to win like 5 games this season at the start of the year. So
He did say
like
that.
we're
Half of
not
us
a
did.
team that's going to go not get a bowl game to going undefeated. So that's just simply not going to happen with really any team
Neither is
ever.
that.
So
Boz, who do you have for BYU Texas Tech this weekend?
I'm gonna take. I haven't watched much of either team, even though I should be, but I will take BYU. I've been hearing a lot of good things about them, so I think that they can get it. Where's it at? Is it at BYU or at Texas Tech?
At Texas Tech.
Okay. And what are they in the CFP rankings?
BYU is number 7. Texas Tech is number 8. So right next to each other.
Okay, so that's a big game, but I think that I'm gonna stick with my pick. I think that BYU is gonna go into the hostile environment and pull through.
And then I'm assuming everyone here has A&M to beat Missouri, even though it's a ranked matchup. Everyone's got A&M.
do you want to say
Yeah,
this
Missouri.
about BYU? It absolutely pisses me off that their quarterback wears number 47. I don't know if there's some story behind it, but it is so annoying to look at while watching their football games. And the fact that he's actually pretty good too makes it even worse. Because like this cannot be endorsed. This has got
I
to
would like to
end.
say I would like to say it's okay because in the good old grade of 7th grade, I was given the number of 21 in the backfield at quarterback for some reason. When Win Sharp wanted the number also, now you were just like, here you go, here's a quarterback number for you, psych, 21. 21. That was the same time frame, so it was not very cool to wear the number at the time. I'm good to see somebody's doing good with it.
47.
47 is way worse than 21 is bad,
46.
but 47 is real bad.
It's a
I
linebacker.
also wore
All right.
34.
We got 2 more games.
Maybe it switched up. 7th grade was 34 or something. I don't know. It was bad, but
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Well, moving into this next one, I think this matchup could be one of, if not the upset of the weekend. Oregon going on the road to face Iowa in Kinnick. Not a noon game at 3:30. The weather there is supposed to be rain and sleet. So with Iowa, that's perfect. With the game they do, they can't really throw the ball well, but their run game's fantastic. Their defense is always great. This could be a game. This is a big litmus test for Oregon because their November is haunting. They got Iowa, USC, and Washington. And USC and Washington are the last 2 games of the year, and they're at Washington. So that's another tough environment. Did you guys know this? Oregon on their last road trips against Washington is 0-5. 0-5 against Washington. Yeah, not good. I just heard that a couple days ago. But this game, I think it's going to be close. Iowa, I think, can get it done, but I'm going to go Oregon in this one. I think Iowa does cover the spread. I think right now it's like 6.5 or 7.5. I think Iowa covers that, but I think Oregon pulls it out. Gritty win. Dan Lanning is going to get them ready for this game. Give me Oregon to just get by Iowa. Just get by Iowa.
Am I going now? I'll fucking go. All right. I think Iowa has one of the best losses in the country in barely losing to Indiana. And I think if you can get a fired up Kinnick and the children are fucking ready for that game, I think fucking Iowa wins. And I'm taking fucking Iowa because I coached them in the Dynasty. And why not? I want to be fucking different. So give me the fucking Hawkeyes. Kinnick is going to be roaring. The fucking we're going to good fucking children wave. This game is fucking for Iowa's taking, I feel like. Good weather matchup. They want it more, I feel like, this game. I think Oregon has just looked, I think they're just shaky. I know they had a technically decent-ish win against Penn State, but that just turned out to be nothing after Penn State just shit the bed the rest of their fucking year. So, honestly, I think Iowa gets it done at home in front of Kinnick. And, I mean, I think it's a huge win for them and really sets them up for a possible playoff appearance, too.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys talked about the rankings at all yet in this, but
We did.
these are two teams that I absolutely cannot stand where they were ranked. Iowa is just one of the most poverty Big Ten programs to ever exist. I mean, back when it was split up in half, they would make it to the conference championship and just get smacked every time. Um, and then Oregon this year as just they just haven't done anything, and they just place them right in the top 10. Makes no sense to me. Um, yeah, Iowa had close loss to Indiana, but boo hoo, they still lost. And they go out. It's gonna be a home game, big home game. They're gonna be waving to the kids at the hospital, and Dan Lanning's gonna come in there and say, "What the heck is this?" And he's gonna shut that down real quick. And the Oregon Ducks are about to get a win at Iowa, and Iowa's gonna be knocked out of the top 25 real quick because their poverty program's about to be shown off to the country when they have a big game. So that's what I got. Go Ducks.
All right, get in on this one.
All right. I think I want to take a little upset bid here. I'm going to take the Hawkeyes. I think that they're a little better than you give credit for, and it's going to be at home. And I think that calling them a poverty Big Ten team is just not factually true. They've been in the middle tier, but to call them poverty is just simply not true when you got teams like Northwestern and Maryland and Rutgers constantly in the
Okay, sorry.
Big,
Yeah, they're
Big Ten.
obviously better
I,
than
I,
those.
I think
Those
I
are
think that they're
ultra
not
poverty
bottom tier.
teams.
They're definitely middle tier, and they're looking good recently. And yeah, a loss is still a loss. When you lose to 5 points against Indiana, when they've actually stomped other teams that are decent as well, I think it has to say at least something. And then when Indiana beat Oregon on the road, I think it's questionable for Iowa to beat them at home. Oregon, that is. So I'm going to take Iowa in a close one.
Okay. I think that Gavin saying that Oregon is improperly ranked at 9 is kind of crazy. I don't really know who you'd put them below. They're a one-loss Big Ten team, and they lost to the number 2 team by 1 score. I don't really understand why you put them any lower than 9th. I honestly thought they should be higher. I still believe in Oregon. I mean, they have a lot of talent on that team. They always will. But this is a bad weather game. It's in Iowa. The children will be waving. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be low scoring. This is exactly what Iowa wants. Give me the fucking Hawk Tua eyes, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
All I'm saying is Oregon's best win this year is against Northwestern, who we just listed as one of the Big Ten's most poverty programs. And in history. So I just don't know how they can just get placed in the top 10. They beat
They're
they
playing
beat I
fucking
guess you
Virginia.
could say Penn State, but they're also poverty right now.
I
They
mean, at the
took
time,
win to
that was not a
overtime
bad
with them.
win. A whiteout when they actually had their whole team and coach. That's not a bad win at all. It's just not.
Yeah, their whole team
I
wasn't much better than their partial team that they got going on right now.
Well, they kept it close versus them, so obviously they're not terrible at that point.
Yeah, it's because the Ducks suck, but they're still better than the Hawkeyes.
Fucking suck. They were the number one team last year, all year.
Yeah, last year.
that ain't
Bro,
this
who would you
year.
put above them?
I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I just didn't like how they were just auto placed in the top 10 for
Yeah,
not winning any
yeah.
games.
Teams that are right below them right now are Notre Dame, Texas, Oklahoma, Utah, Virginia. Those are the five right below them. I don't think any of them should be higher than them.
I'd put Notre Dame ahead of them.
Maybe
I
Notre
would
Dame.
also
I
put
would
Notre
possibly
Dame ahead of them.
That's the only.
the other four, so they could be 10th maybe. I mean,
I
if
think
they,
Notre Dame's better than Oregon. Yeah.
I would put Notre Dame
I'd
ahead
pick
of
Oregon
them,
over
and then
the 12
I don't
seed.
know. Oklahoma and them are about the same, I think. So I guess around the area, but I don't know. It just felt like everyone was just putting them in like they're just an auto pick, and they just haven't even done anything.
Who you got in this game, Boz?
I will be taking Iowa. I think that this is a perfect trap game, perfect Iowa game. There's just there's nothing that is really kind of shading me away from it. I feel like it's just perfect Iowa weather. It's just one of those like perfect stories that you'll always get for a big like just shocker win kinda. So I've got Iowa.
Right. Most of the guys going with Iowa in this one. Should be a good game in Kinnick. Last one we'll do. This one is a rivalry, but Alabama, number 4 in the country, has looked so much better since that week 1 absolute loss against Florida State. Hosting LSU, yeah, this is simple for me. LSU's defense has not looked exactly at all what they've been earlier in the year. Ever since Whit Weeks went down, they sucked. I've got Bama in this game by 20-plus points. There's no discussion. Bama's just better. They're going to steamroll them. So give me the Tide.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it quick and simple. Roll Tide.
Yeah, I feel like past few weeks I've been picking LSU to like finally get their big win, and they just have sucked every week, so I'm going Bama.
yeah, I'll take Bama as well. Will Rabb's not in the room, but he also said he would take Bama. So
I got Tide.
Easy enough as it gets Tide sweep there. Do you have anything to add since you weren't here earlier about last week CFB slate, or you got nothing else to add?
No,
Do you want
not
anything to
much.
talk about? Nothing
Uh,
about the Michigan game.
I mean, Michigan didn't look great. Hopefully, we play better, but still got to win. I mean, I was expecting us to be about 2021. Cincy, I was kind of disappointed that they just. I mean, I know we got schmacked, but was kind of hoping we'd still be um, in the 20s or something. But just drops completely out. So I just got to keep winning.
All right. Well, that concludes CFP slate from the last week. Moving NFL stuff. First, before we get into games, we're going to talk about trade deadline just happened a couple days ago. Some big moves happened. I think that will affect a lot of teams. First one, I got to start. Sauce Gardner to the Colts. I think that boosts them now. Now they got an actual all-pro defensive back. Sauce Gardner's really good player. Jets are just loading up on draft capital right now, which is smart because they absolutely blow ass. But and then they traded an All-Pro defensive tackle and Quinton Williams to the Dallas Cowboys. As a Cowboys fan, I'm happy. He's a really good player. We're not. Is it going to help us this year? No, but it's for the future anyway. So I'd like to pick up. We didn't give up. We only gave up a second and a first, which is fine. You know, I like it. We got two defensive guys who are solid. Logan Wilson and Quinton Williams. Jacoby Myers went to the Jaguars. Rashid Shaheed went to the Seahawks. And then Trevor Penning went to the Chargers. I mean, those were the main moves, unless I'm missing any, if you guys want to add. If you guys want to discuss more.
Yeah, I like the Sauce move. I mean, the Jets are just loading up to be the next Cleveland Browns. Just gonna try to stack a rookie class that's still gonna suck. So, um, I'm happy for Sauce though. Cincinnati man gets out of the Jets poverty program, gets over to the Colts poverty program, but the Colts are actually looking good this year. So, happy for them. So, um, yeah, that's about all I got. Cowboys got some good pickups, but yep.
They still suck.
Yeah. Bears got a replacement for Oingo Boingo, is what everyone calls him. But Bears got a replacement from the Browns for him for a decently cheap price. So not a bad move. I was expecting Ryan Poles to do a little bit more in the trade deadline, but it makes sense from what I'm seeing. Everybody that the Bears would be targeting looked like a lot higher of a price than we were willing to pay for anything like that because yes, the Bears are in contention this year just to get to the playoffs, which is very good that they're in the hunt. But even with that, it's not like that one key trade, or it's not like that one key trade at the end of the deadline would be game breaking and just shoot them up to a caliber where they definitely make the playoffs. But they are looking at a free agent safety or a free agent corner out of the Chargers next week. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But I think there's a lot of room to grow for the Bears defense still. And I think that there will be moves made in the offseason for it.
I just want to say the Browns are beating the Jets this week. I don't care about the free agent shit. Cool for Sauce, but yeah, Browns are not worse than the fucking
I
Jets.
mean, they
Browns are
should. The Jets just gave their whole team away.
That's
Yeah.
exactly in it. Browns are gonna whoop their ass.
I don't know about that. They might win a tight one.
Yeah. Those are the big moves. There are some teams I thought missed out. Bills, I thought, could have done something. Another receiver would have been, I think, nice for them. I think Bills could have done something more. Lions, 100% too. Offensive line, that could have been a big thing.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Joel Patonio for Lions. I thought that would have been a guy they could have gotten for, but I don't know. Just I guess
Yeah,
the
I'd like
Bills don't want
to.
to. The Bills don't want to win a Super Bowl, and neither do the Lions, I guess. So I mean,
I
it's
mean,
just
I think we want to win a Super Bowl. I trust Ben Johnson completely. But I was surprised, especially after watching last week's
what?
O
I do
line.
too. I do
Oh,
trust Ben Johnson
I mean,
completely.
Brad
oh,
Holmes.
sorry, I'm tired. All right, so I was asleep before I joined this. Okay, give me a break. Yeah, I trust Brad Holmes completely. Um, but after watching that O line performance, I was very surprised that he didn't go after somebody. I mean, we still do got some guys injured, so we'll see what it looks like when they come back. But yeah, I wasn't expecting us to do much else.
Yeah, that was the trade deadline, Mosa. Next, we'll only target some key games that happened. First, we'll start off Hayden's team, Steelers, had a lot of questions coming in the last week, and that defense we've known and seen before finally showed up against the Indianapolis Colts, won 27-20. somehow it was so close. Like the Steelers almost blew that game, and they had 5 turnovers or 4. Hank can talk about once I'm done, but yeah, the Steelers get a huge win against the Colts at home. The Colts were the best offense in the National Football League. I mean, to be honest, if Danny Dimes can turn that ball over 5 different times, I mean, the Colts probably roll in this game. But the Steelers get it done. The defense finally showed. Jack Sawyer had a fucking interception, so I mean, yeah, you're probably going to win when Jack Sawyer's getting picks. But yeah, Steelers get a huge win and shut a lot of people up.
Yeah, I would just like to say I'm a very happy Steelers fan this day, coming off that win last week. It was great to see the defense play amazing. Like I know they could have at the start of the season had very much faith in them to do so. So to see them actually play the way that I thought they would is amazing. I mean, they've been paid the highest, like we've said many times, but I mean, just to see them actually play so well and decide to actually shift up the game plan for the first time this season because, Tomlin's whole idea on defense is stop the run. Well, you can stop the run all you want, but when you let teams throw 300 yards on you every time, you're never going to win games. So it was nice to see us actually, change the game plan up and actually defend a good team that an offense like Bro said is the best statistically. So that was amazing. We stopped them on both fronts and turned the ball over 5 times. I'd say at least 1 or 2 were on the Colts themselves, but we forced the other 3 pretty dominantly. So that was awesome. And then the offense played well enough to win the game. So I mean, we're looking good right now. I mean, if they keep it up, I mean, if they even play half as good as the defense played on Sunday, we're going to win a lot more games because I mean, how they played on Sunday was absolutely phenomenal. So, and like I said, the offense did good enough to win these games, and the defense can carry us 90% of the way. All they got to do is score every now and then. So, I'm very happy to be a Steelers fan right now. It looks phenomenal. Yeah, I'm very happy. Head of the division, so let's keep it up.
Anyone else got anything to add, or were you good on that?
I mean, I didn't watch this game. It's a good win for the Steelers against a very good team. But I think my points just continue to be proven with this offense and Aaron Rodgers. The fact your defense forces 5 turnovers and you still only win by 7 points is just incredibly sad. Um, like Hayden said, they played good enough to win the football game, but like your defense had 5 turnovers, which that just rarely happens in the NFL. And to still just barely squeak out a win is insane to me. Um, like I've been saying, I think they're mid at best and buns at worst, mid at best. So I got on the
Here,
offensive side.
I would just like to rebuttal this real quick. I feel like the Steelers are the only team that in this freaking podcast get hated on every single week, and they have a good week, and we still can't get the respect we deserved when we beat. I believe the Colts were the #1 team in the power rankings the week before we beat them. So I don't understand the hate here. And I mean, you didn't watch the game. I know we had 5 turnovers, but a lot of them were in the red zone. So we still had 85-yard drives to go down and score. So I mean, to say that the defense got 5 turnovers and the offense didn't do anything is not fair to say. I mean, I did say they played good enough to win, which is true. They played good enough. They could have played better, but they still had a solid outing. And I just feel like we're disrespecting this team right now when they are sitting at 5-3, and some of the other teams that we like in this podcast are also 5-3. So I think we need a little reality check from here. For some of you. That's my 2 cents. Steelers on top, baby.
I mean, the Lions our O line sucks, and I mean, we hate on the Cowboys every week too, so the Steelers aren't the only team.
Yeah, the Cowboys blow absolute balls. Watching the game was absolute depression. Jacoby Brissett was just driving the ball down our throats. It sucked. It just I'm done. I have faith. Of course, 1 week I say Dak plays great, plays like shit, and then our defense plays like shit. Like I know we're shit, but yeah. Moving on. If anyone else says the Lions took a bad loss, not really, I would say a bad loss, but Vikings, came in there, beat the
Terrible
Lions.
loss.
Well, there it is from the Lions fan. Well, yeah, I didn't expect the Lions to lose this game. Even though McCarthy was back, I didn't think the offense for the Vikings would run for over 100 yards against the Lions. That never usually happens. But, yeah, Lions suffered a tough loss. The Cowboys suffered a horrible loss to the Cardinals. And then the Chiefs, and then the Bills got done against the Chiefs. The Bills hung on to win. That's all that matters, winning. So, I mean, a lot of good teams won, and also the Packers lost to the Panthers. So the NFC North had a fucking wild. The Vikings beat the Lions. The Packers lost to the Panthers, and then don't let me forget the Bears pulled off a fucking absolute somehow almost choked a fucking lead, then came back and fucking won the game because the Bengals defense is absolutely poverty. So
Because
yeah,
we got Superman at quarterback.
Superman. That's true. But yeah, if the Lions fan wants to start off with their performance, and yeah, we can go from there,
Rodgers
and then
is
we can
so
go.
Yeah,
No.
Like
I'll
Super
just
Yay.
yeah.
I'll go first, I guess. Um,
Am I going first? Or is he going first, bro?
I don't know, John. You're mumbling. I'll go first.
All right, I'll go. I'll go real quick because mine's
Th-
not a fucking bitch fest like Gavin's is probably gonna be. Try and figure that out. My bad. I'm fucking tired, but I want to play Dynasty too. So I think the Lions. I don't know. It was kind of bad. We just our O line literally couldn't hold up, and then Brian Flores is sending literally 8 guys the whole time, which is very fucking annoying. But we need some sort of pass block. Then you got Jameer Gibbs who just can't fucking literally block any sort of form blitzing linebacker, which is annoying. But we just got to play better on offense. Our defense got stops, and we just couldn't play offense at all, which was really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, going into this, I mean, I think everybody knows Brian Flores' defense is always crazy, sending blitzes from all over, disguising like crazy. But still, you'd think that our O line would be able to handle it. And the fact that just the straight fact is that they have just sucked this year without Frank Ragnow in the middle of it. From center to our guards, they just collapse anytime they bring more than 4 guys, and it's really just sad to watch because we all know Jared's like the most unathletic professional athlete I've ever seen in my life. So um, he's great when he can sit back there and just deliver dimes all over the field, but when he's got a guy running right at him, it's already over. So um, pretty sad. Wait for John Morton to pick up his offense. Um, can't stand the screen passes every week. Uh, that's about it. I feel like we're at 3rd and 10, right when the drive's starting. It's like we come back from commercial break and we start out at 3rd and 10. So um, hopefully John Morton can figure something out and get this offense rolling.
Hold on, I want to speak on this game real quick. I just want to say, how in the fuck do you let JJ McCarthy beat you? That's just
Because he's
disappointing,
good.
dude. I mean, he's really not that good,
He's never
honestly.
lost a
And I mean,
game in the state
he's
of.
got Justin
He's never
Jefferson
lost
on
a
his
game
team
in
in
Michigan
Garnett
or
State.
Ohio.
Well, I don't give a shit about that.
He's
His
got
record
just.
in blah blah blah, this state. If only he played every game there, maybe he should be the Lions quarterback because he looked better than fucking Goff that day. But he's still not that good. So I don't know how you lose to him, but I guess Lions aren't that good right now.
Goff had to friggin' drop back and throw up some prayers because he had 6 professional athletes just running straight at him untouched every play. So not much is gonna happen when our O line isn't there.
Boz, you want anything to add about the Bears game?
It was a good game. It was fun to be at. A lot of Bengals fans, just a lot of people left when the Bears were up 14, which makes sense. Would I would probably leave too, but I usually don't. It's a Bears defense definitely needs to improve, but I mean, I I can't fault them for some things, just at how high power of an offense the Bengals have, to where they have two elite wide receivers. They have Unc Flacco, who's still really freaking good. And I mean, their offensive line isn't too bad, but I feel like it's usually not good. I feel like the Bears definitely should have taken more advantage of it, but being just not having that good of a pass rusher kind of killed them with that. Later in the game, they started getting to the quarterback, but I don't know. I'm really happy with the Bears offense, though. Putting up 40, what was it, 47? Yeah, 47 in a game is pretty stellar and usually never happens for the Bears. And what's nice about this year is that finally the Bears are on the good end of of a game-winning drive or a game-winning play. Seems like most games this year, which is really nice. I do think the Bears need to get rid of Carrios Santos, though. I think we need to sign Jake Moody because Carrio has been abysmal for kicking this year. He's
21.
he missed
Yep.
what? He missed two kicks in that game. The one got nulled because of because of an illegal touching on the Bengals, which led to the Caleb Williams receiving touchdown, which Ben Johnson was calling some plays and they were working. So that was cool to watch. And then I don't know, I like the guts of Caleb Williams. Just I don't know if anyone saw the picture of him right after the Bengals scored, but he looked like he was happy to be out there and happy to go out there and lead the team on a game-winning drive. And I think that that was just the perfect throw he made to Loveland. That would have put him in field goal range already. And then just the stability by Loveland to be able to stay up when taking a shot to the side. But all in all, pretty good game, good win. Glad the Bears came through with it because I would have been really fucking pissed if I paid all that money to go watch the Bears lose. So, all in all, good game, and I'm hoping that they can keep the train rolling against the Giants.
Yeah, I agree. The Bears look solid. We're gonna move in the next week's games. We're gonna make these quick. First one we got Ravens going on the road to face Minnesota and the Vikings. It should be a solid game. The Vikings look good
Roast, you're
last
muted.
week. Offense looked solid with JJ McCarthy. The Ravens, will have Lamar back. They have high expectations. I'm going with the Ravens. They look good right now. Even though the Vikings just had a good win against the Lions, I don't think they can go back-to-back weeks of beating some decent teams. So I'm going with the Ravens to get it done. Someone can go.
All right, I'll go, I guess. Like you said, we haven't seen the Vikings put back-to-back weeks together yet. And I think the Ravens are going to start picking up steam. So I'm going to go Ravens.
Ravens got Lamar back. They're getting their team back. Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. I don't think the Vikings are gonna be able to put back-to-back weeks together, and I think this, like Gavin just said, the Ravens are gonna start picking up steam. Look for Derrick Henry to have a big game. I think Lamar's gonna have a really big impact on that offense, obviously. So yeah, give me the Ravens in that one.
I don't think the Vikings are that good. I am not that sold on them. I think they caught the Lions in a down week. I just think that that was a bad week for the Lions. So, and I'm definitely going to take the Ravens, especially with Lamar. Just him putting up, I don't know if it was more than 4 touchdowns, but he had a really solid week last week on his first week back, and I think he's just going to keep rolling.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep it short and sweet here. I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens because I don't really care for the Vikings at all. McCarthy's a fraud and Lamar's better, so give me the Ravens.
Go the opposite. I don't like the Ravens. I like McCarthy, so I'll take the Vikings. I think both teams are okay.
You heard it here.
Ravens are starting to look good, but I don't got faith in them still.
All right. Well, next one we got. This one's gonna be good. Drake May going against Baker Mayfield. Patriots and Bucks in Tampa. This is gonna be a solid, great game. Drake May's up for MVP conversations. He's had a great year. Great second year so far. It's going to be interesting. Well, the Patriots, even though they have a good start to the year, I mean, the last teams they played aren't really that good. They played the Browns, the Saints, the Falcons, and I don't remember who the other one was. But, I mean, they haven't played anybody since the Bills that have been decent. I like Patriots. I like the trajectory they're on. But I'm going to go with the Bucks on this one. I think the home field advantage for Tampa. Baker's going to have a good bounce-back game. Christian Gonzalez might not play in this game, so that's a huge blow to the secondary for New England. But yeah, I'm gonna get the Bucks in this one. I think Tampa finds a way to get it done against New England. Should be a good game.
Yeah, I think these teams are pretty similar. But I do think that home field advantage is going to be big for the Bucks, and they're coming off their bye week, so they're going to be well rested. So I think the Bucks are going to be able to get it done, but I think it'll probably be a pretty good game.
I think New England's beaten Buffalo on the road. I think there's a little bit of doubt, I think, because they have the easiest remaining schedule in the NFL. So I'm actually going to go with New England, though. I think they're going to prove to the NFL and to a lot of people that they are a legit team, I think, and they deserve the hype that's around them right now. So, yeah, give me the Patriots in a close one.
I'm gonna take the Bucks. I think that Baker's just gonna go out there and do his thing, and I think that they'll get the job done.
All right, Hayden, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll take the Patriots. I think, like Bro said, Drake May
All
has
right,
been looking
we'll ride day lag
phenomenal,
back out.
and the Buccaneers haven't looked as good
Looks
as
like
they
it.
have earlier in the season. I think the Patriots are just
Well,
striding
we'll
big
get back to
time,
them once
so I'm
they're
gonna take
back.
them.
Next one we'll move on to is
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with that. I'm gonna have to take the
next one we
Buccaneers
got
here. I just
Rams
think
and
that
49ers.
this
NFC
game being
West
at home,
showdown.
I think
It's gonna
that
be a good game. Rams have
they're in
looked
favor
very
here.
good.
I like them,
I
their
think
team
they're
a
a
whole
legit
lot
Super Bowl
more. I
contenders.
think the Patriots haven't
49ers
really
have looked
played
good
too
with
much
Mac
of
Jones as
anybody,
well.
so I'm gonna have to
It's
go
gonna
with the
be a
Bucks.
hard-nosed battle, NFC West showdown.
Don't.
In the end, though, 49ers won the last one. I think the Rams get them back in the second one. I got the Rams in this one in a close, tight NFC West battle. Stafford's playing great. Nakua, Adams, Kyron Williams, all been great. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams against the 49ers.
Give me Stafford. I got the Rams and Puka Nakua.
Yeah, I was going to say Puka's going to once again be back. I think the Rams get a bounce back win. Not like they need a bounce back win, but more so like bounce back from losing to the Niners earlier in the season. I think it'll be a close one again though, but I think the Rams get it done.
I'll also be taking the Rams. I don't think that the Niners defense is gonna be able to stop Puka. I think Puka's just gonna have a really good week.
Yeah, well, Rob,
Hello.
who's your pick for your and Haynes' pick for Bucks Patriots, and then we're now on Rams for the Rams.
This fucking sucks. I'm about to leave again, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Did you hear our picks for Bucks and Patriots?
Absolutely not.
Of course. All right. So Hayden picked the Patriots, and I'm picking the Bucks. And what was the other game?
Rams 49ers.
Rams. Hayden wants the Rams. I'm also going to be taking the Rams. Please tell me they heard that.
All right, well, that's a clean sweep for the Rams right there. Last two we got Sunday Night Football. Pittsburgh coming off that huge win against Indianapolis. Defense looks out. Can they do it 2 weeks in a row? They go on the road to face a Chargers team that's
No.
looked solid this year. Gavin's early pick is no. But I want to get in this. If this game is in Pittsburgh, I'd probably pick the Steelers just because I don't trust Pittsburgh, LA's offensive line, especially Joe Alt now being out for the rest of the season as well. Him and Slater being out both suck because Justin Herbert would be one of the best quarterbacks in the league if he had both those guys healthy. Trevor Penning now with the Chargers, he's solid. But yeah, I'm going with the Chargers in this one. I think their offense has been solid. Lad McConkey, Oronde Gadsden, Keenan Allen, all been great. If they had Amari Hampton, that'd be better. But yeah, I'm going with the Chargers in this one to get it done. Close, low-scoring battle with the Steelers.
Yeah, I think you can officially call me a Steelers hater at this point. At least while they have Aaron Rodgers as their starting quarterback. And I can't pick against my man Jim Harbaugh, so I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Chargers. I think they're just, I don't know, even though Joe Alt's out, I think they have a good, Bro said something, I think, or someone said something about like them having actually a solid backup for him. But I think they're going to get it done. I know it's in LA too, so that'll help. But I don't know, the Steelers just look too shaky right now for me to just like be able to trust them, I feel like.
What do you got, Rob?
Is Boz not here? Oh my lord. Is Boz here?
Still can't hear you.
Oh my lord. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What the fuck?
Boz, you want to make a pick? Since they can't fucking talk.
Yeah, I'll make a pick. I will. I will probably not be taking the Steelers. I just don't. I don't trust the team. I don't think that. I think that it'll be a really close game. I think that they have a shot to win. I just don't think that the Steelers will be able to string it. So.
Oh my god.
Oh, you Hayden.
I guess I'm the only one that's probably going to take the Steelers again. Shocker. I'm taking them. I think they're the better team. I also love Jim Harbaugh, like Gavin said. But, I mean, to quote Gavin at some point, too, it's, they're not on the team anymore of the team I like. So this doesn't matter anymore. So I'm going the Steelers. And it may be in L.A., but, I mean, they have terrible fans. They have nobody that fills the stadium. So this would be basically a home game for Pittsburgh, probably. So give me the Steelers.
What about you, Rob?
He ain't in here.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Well, Rob, who are you taking?
Can they hear you?
Yeah.
Unexpected pick of the century. This is a fucking Steelers home game.
Yeah.
And I'm going with the Steelers.
Yeah.
What? Oh, my God. Here
I'll
we
be crazy, but the Chargers ain't good, and fuck Jim Harbaugh.
Say you just picked the Steelers and you're a Browns fan. It's an absolute disgrace.
Yep.
Yeah, you're fucking fraud. That's what the Browns are ass. Jesus Christ. All right.
Says the Cowboys fan.
Okay, that's like me saying I'm rooting for the fucking Eagles. Okay, that is like the same thing. It doesn't. Okay, but we're moving on. Last one we got. What is he showing us? I can't see that.
I don't know why will Rob call it a Steelers home game when it's at the Chargers.
It's in
Chargers got
LA.
no
Those fucking
fans.
liberals don't care about football.
Yeah, nobody shows up.
No, there's going to be like more Niners fans there. What are you talking about? Niners fans are going to show up to the Chargers game.
Niners fans. That's really good.
All right.
All right, last one we'll get into is Monday Night Football. This one will be interesting. Green Bay coming off that horrible loss against Carolina. And I mean, Jordan Love looked fucking horrible. They're going on the road to face the
Because
defending
he's
champs,
shit.
Philadelphia Eagles. This should be a solid game. Both these teams are solid NFC contenders, but it's in Philly. But I'm making it simple. Philly is at home. Eagles are winning this game. Pretty simple for me.
It's not at Philly.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It says Lambeau on
It's
ESPN.
It's in Green Bay. Well, still give me the fucking Eagles. Don't matter anyways. Green Bay, I don't think it's that good. I think Jordan Love's a little fraudulent. I think the Steelers just got absolute shit on by the Packers. I don't think Packers are that good, even so the Panthers beat them. I'm going the Eagles. I think Saquon has a great game. Give me Philly.
Yeah, I'll probably never pick the Packers ever again since they're as long as they're not playing against Aaron Rodgers. So give me Philly.
Yeah, give me the Eagles. I think they're gonna clean it up here after the bye, and I think they're gonna get it done.
They are right.
I,
This game
th-
is Lambeau.
I think Jordan Love sucks. I've never thought he's good. I think he's just everybody glazes him because he's on the Packers and because he's the heir to the throne that fucking Aaron Rodgers left, but I've never thought he's good. And last week he really fucking showed it by his loft up to the defense that definitely should have been a pick. So I will not be taking the Packers because fuck them. I will be taking the Eagles.
All right. I'm taking the Pack. I'm taking the Packers. They're at home. I think both these teams are equivalent. I see the Packers winning at home, keeping that division lead.
All right, this is where I disagree with Hayden. I'm not gonna, agree with them anymore. I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles. I don't really think that the Packers are anything crazy because my Browns beat them. So that's all I gotta say. Give me the Eagles.
All right. Anyone else got anything to add before we're good? Nope. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of the podcast. Appreciate you listening, and we will see you for the next one.